Well, the workday is over, and I feel like I have a lot of energy for some reason. Not entirely sure what the hell's going on, but I feel like I got some good energy. Maybe I'm starting to feel better. Maybe my health is starting to come back to me, so which is good. I honestly feel like I've had this cold or just this allergy situation for an unbelievable amount of months, you know. Not entirely sure why I have it or what's going on with it, but it's been ridiculous. But I'm glad I'm starting to actually feel better, you know, because it never feels good whenever you're sick, you know. Jesus, I almost fell off. But, how you guys doing tonight? How's everybody doing out there in the YouTube world? Everybody hanging out? What's going on? Seems like nobody was really too fazed by the old Freddy Krueger dreams. Everybody has some choice opinions, which is hilarious because if I had Freddy Krueger dreams all the time and that's all I talked about, then that would be pretty boring. So I have to agree with you guys. It was kind of silly. But I'm thinking about getting Chinese tonight potentially because I've earned it. All right, I've earned it. I've ate good all week. And considering going and getting some just bourbon chicken, nothing too crazy. But I don't know. It depends what the wait times are and everything, and I don't know. If I do go in a restaurant, I'll thumb it and let you guys know. More than likely, that's probably not what's going to happen. But so I think I've officially got all my Christmas shopping wrapped up. I think I had to buy it for about 4 people total. I know that's probably nothing compared to what you guys are buying for, and you know, I'm glad you guys have a big family. Unfortunately, let's get into little details about my family. I feel like I can tell you guys a lot, so I'll go into just some details. If you see my intro, not a lot of people know this, but that intro actually is my mother and father. Just to give you a little background, my dad was in the military. He was in the Army, and those photos were he was based out of Fort Bragg. And those photos that you see were back whenever they were in love and all was good, you know. And you know, as the years went by, you know, they were high school sweethearts. They just grew apart, and my mother was heavily influenced by a certain type of narcotic, and unfortunately I lost her at a young age, and not by choice. And you know, she passed away. I was 8, but I didn't get to know her too much. And then when I was 9, you know, my father, who was an outdoorsman, you know, very much an outdoorsman, loved to fish, loved to hunt, loved to trap, pretty much everything that the good old boys do. And in fact, his favorite show was the Dukes of Hazzard. He ended up getting melanoma, cancer, and he passed away when I was 9. So, you know, when my mom passed away because of addiction, my dad was not even 2 months before he was diagnosed with melanoma, and I ended up losing him. So a lot of people were like, well, what did you do next? Well, went to a couple homes, you know, just to see kind of if I could fit in. And at that point, my grandparents had already been having me and my sister stay there because we were already living with my grandparents while my dad was going through chemo. So what ended up happening was my grandparents, who had already raised 10 kids, said, you know, what the hell, what's 2 more gonna do? And they adopted me and my sister, legally adopted us, because we were considered orphans at that time. You know, we didn't have any parents, and we weren't staying at an orphanage, but legally we were orphans. We didn't have any parents. You know, we would go to counseling and stuff back and forth, and you know, it never really helped, to be quite frank. When you're young, you don't understand counselors. But my grandparents stepped up. I thank them to this day, and I love them very much. But let me just explain to you, when you're raised by your grandparents and it was the 90s, things were a little different, you know. At that time, there were bands like Nirvana, Pantera, all these heavy music bands that I was into were very popular. I was into the horror genre. I was into, you know, classic rock, metal, just everything possible, even a little hip hop, and just things that my grandparents, who liked the Everly Brothers and the Beatles, they just weren't used to. And you know, being raised by them, they just didn't understand certain things, and there just wasn't much communication outside of the basic needs of things. But in the same token, I got my core values from them. I know that you should be a good person and do your best to help others and to do the best you can for yourself. I got that, but there's still that high school peer pressure and stuff. So going through that, with losing my parents, being raised with my grandparents, when I was 18, I had to hit the road. I couldn't handle it anymore. So I ended up getting my own apartment, and I've been working ever since. And like I said, the rest is history. But anyways, that explains my intro, in case people were kind of curious, because I've had people ask. So those two people in my intro is my parents, excuse me, my mother and my father. And then of course that's me. If you look at the photo, it's a brief photo. At some point I'll do, you know, phase videos. Y'all can see me, but not today. And anyways, I'm a big classic rock fan and metal fan, so those things are huge to me. Big shout out to Semi Living, by the way. Their son Tony is a huge fan of Pantera. Tony, if you're watching this, brother, this is a shout out to you. Tony. Tony also likes Pantera, and you know, it's an acquired taste, but it's great music. So anyways, I have to go to a garbage can here soon because I still got my old coffee from this morning. That was terrible, from Chick-fil-A. Not very good. Chick-fil-A, you got to work on your coffee. Anyways, thinking about getting maybe some Chinese. There's a place called Little Saigon up here. I think they're too small for me to film in, but it's you can get like bourbon chicken and rice. I may do that tonight and just kind of chill. I might go to BW3's or something, maybe get some grilled chicken. I don't know. I don't feel like night cooking tonight. I've done that a couple times this week. That's one thing I will do, is a night cooking video for you guys as well, but it's a little easier to see during the day. But anyways, that's a little bit of history on me. If in case you guys are wondering what the intro was about, that's my parents, that's me, and that's a little insert from those about to rock, AC/DC. Again, no copyrights. They own all the rights to all of their music. And outside of that, I'm doing just fine tonight. I feel better. I feel more relaxed. I'll tell you what, yesterday I didn't think I was going to go in today. Right before I went in, I just started getting that anxiety, and I was just like, that Monday anxiety. I don't know if I was going to be able to do it or not. But I did it, and it felt good. So you guys, thank you for the words of encouragement. Let's all be positive. And so this is a network. If you guys want to chat with each other amongst my page, go ahead. I know there's a lot of people having conversations. Get to know each other, you know. When you click on the videos and you're watching my videos, if you want to chat it up with other people, get to know other van dwellers, hey, have at it. I got no problem with that. There's a lot of good people on my channel. I have the best viewers ever. Anyhow, getting to that ritzier network of town, and some of these $300,000 and $400,000 houses. Maybe one day, you never know. Maybe I'll buy a $500,000 van. Just kidding. Well, I think that's going to do it for me. Don't have much else other to go over tonight, other than More videos to come, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. This is Hobbs Ventures. We'll send you away looking at what's on the radio. Looks like it's Blake Shelton. All right. Peace, folks. We'll talk to you later.